Good evening. Welcome to the Laramie City Council regular meeting for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. And if you would like to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Assistant City Clerk, if you can please call the roll.
Bowling.
Here.
Freed.
Here.
Lockhart.
Here.
Newman.
Here.
O'Doherty.
Here.
Shumway.
Here.
Vigil.
Here.
Richardson.
Here.
And Cumbie.
Here.
That is 9 present and 0 absent.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to public comment. And before going to public comment on non-agenda items, I would inform the audience that we are deleting item 13 from the agenda. And that is ordinance number 2115, granting a non-exclusive franchise to Black Hills Wyoming Gas LLC, DBA Black Hills Energy. And that will be brought back to agenda at a later time. So, is there any public comment on non-agenda item? Seeing none, we will go on to consideration of changes to the agenda. Is there any public request to remove a consent item and place it on the regular agenda? Seeing none, Councillor O'Doherty, if you can make changes to the agenda, please.
I move that the following changes to the agenda be approved to remove item number 13 on the regular agenda.
Second.
I have a motion by O'Doherty, second by Newman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. Councillor O'Doherty, if you can set the agenda.
I move that the agenda be set as changed.
Second. I have a motion by O'Doherty, second by Vigil. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. We have no proclamations tonight, nor do we have public hearings. So, City Manager, are there any announcements?
Mayor, I do not believe so. Thank you.
Director Bork.
Forgot about Steve. Yes.
Welcome. And
good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. I just wanted to have an opportunity. We kicked off our sports facility study today, and so we have our two consultants from Barry Dunn, and I wanted just a brief moment to let them introduce themselves, and then we will let you get on with the rest of your meeting. So we have, just Nikki, else is back there.
Good evening. It's such a pleasure to be here today. We've had such a great day with the City of Laramie Parks, Recreation, and Public Services team today. We got to do a nice kickoff this morning and a tour. I failed to mention my name is Nikki Ginger, and I'm with a firm called Barry Dunn. I'm representing not only the Barry Dunn team, but also BRS, who did an assessment several years ago on the rec center. So it's nice to have that baseline. I'm based out of Chicago, but he came up here yesterday, and I'm really excited to be in Laramie and see this wonderful state and everything that you have to offer. So one of our components, the most essential part, is making sure that we get a lot of community engagement. So we're working with Mike and his team to make sure that we hear the voices, give everybody an opportunity to provide feedback on what you'd like to see in this sports facility study, and that includes also talking with you. So we're going to coordinate with Mike to make sure that we get your feedback and understand what you are hearing as priorities from community members. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but didn't want to take up much time, just wanted to introduce myself.
Thank you. Are there any questions at this time? Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Director. Councilor Shumway.
Mayor, I thought maybe Director Bork would say something about this, but I want to just mention quickly, Festival of Lights in Washington Park began already. I think on Saturday we had about 1,000 people for the initials kickoff, and there will be tomorrow night from 4:30 to 6:30, specifically for seniors, golf carts that will take them around the Festival of Lights. So that's tomorrow night at Washington Park, 4:30 to 6:30.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for that announcement. Any other announcements? All right. Councilors, are there any disclosures and/or conflicts? Seeing none, Councilor O'Doherty, approval of the consent agenda.
I move that the consent agenda be approved and that each specific action on the consent agenda be approved as indicated.
Second.
Motion by O'Doherty, second by Freed. Assistant City Clerk, if you can please call the roll.
Bowling,
Aye.
Freed,
Yes.
Lockhart,
Yes.
Newman,
Yes.
O'Doherty,
Yes.
Shumway,
Yes.
Behill,
Yes.
Richardson,
Aye.
and Cumby.
Yes.
That is 9 yeses and 0 no, Your Honor.
Thank you. That motion passes. Next, we'll move on to the regular agenda. Item 11. Councilor O'Doherty.
I move to award the professional services agreement with Tri-Hydro Corporation for landfill cells 3A and 3B, leachate pond, and front entrance project for $218,154.50, along with the contingency of $25,000, and authorize the mayor and clerk to sign.
Second.
I think that goes to Vigil. So I have a motion by O'Doherty and a second by Vigil. Thank you. Good evening, Director Webb.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I know the title of this project is kind of long, right? Landfill cells 3A, 3B, leachate pond, and front entrance project. Those are actually two projects at one time. The front entrance evaluation was a separate project. We didn't think it was smart to have two different engineers designing around each other. So we put the project together as one project so that one engineer is doing all that work. The landfill cell 3A, 3B, and leachate pond portion of the project is really just the ongoing expansion out at the landfill. As things start to fill up, we need to continue expanding. The front entrance evaluation goes back to that front entrance area was built back in 2012. Our traffic has increased since then. And on busy days, especially Saturdays, like in the summertime, that backs up out onto Roger Canyon and causes conflicts with people traveling up and down Rogers Canyon. So we'll be working with the consultant to look at how we can free that up, some more queuing space there, and get that traffic off of Rogers Canyon to make it more safe for everybody. This project went out to RFQ in August. We received the RFQ submittals from 3 different companies: Tri-Hydro, Ingberg Miller, and Ayunda. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. On September 23rd, we had a selection committee of 5 county city staff members that went through that evaluation and scored the proposals. Tri-Hydro came in with the highest score. They were also interviewed. I want to let you know the original project was just for 3A, 3B. Once we selected Tri-Hydro, we entered negotiations with them. And because their cost was pretty far under our budget, we asked them to give us a cost for also designing 4A, 4B, the next 2 cells. We figured if we could get that done in today's cost, that would be a benefit for everybody instead of waiting 8 years and doing that at that cost. That still came in under budget, and so we've included that in their contract. So it's now 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B. It's basically, I think, another 20 acres or something out there to be designed for development. So with that, I'll take any questions if you have them.
Thank you. Councilors, questions for Director Webb? Councilor O'Doherty?
Landfill nerd. What's the lifespan of a typical cell?
So I'll talk in bigger areas. This is stages. So our stage 2 is started with cell 1A and cell B in 2012. 2A and 2B was constructed in 2018. And now we're asking to do the next 4 cells. So that is all of what we consider stage 2. There's 32 years remaining in that. We started filling in there in 2012. Stage 3 hasn't been permitted yet, but it's another area on the landfill, another 35 acres or so that will be permitted in the future for waste. So sometimes we look at that bigger scope instead of the smaller cells because it changes over time based on your compaction, the type of waste coming in, what's being diverted, what's being recycled, things like that.
Follow up?
I was just wondering, because you're doing a lot of diversion, if it's slowing down the time. I mean, if it's giving us a little more time, or is it just like pretty much what you expected?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, that gets evaluated every year. And I don't know that it's slowing down because our population is slowly growing, right? So as population's going up a little bit, we're diverting more. Yeah. But we do go through an evaluation every year to look at the lifespan remaining on our landfill.
Thank you. Further questions? Councilor Freed.
Thank you, Mayor. And I would note the Vice Mayor also has her hand up too for you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Director Webb. Just out of curiosity, have we looked at that front entryway in the last decade? Has that been a project, or is this the first time it's been looked at? Because I feel like in my times going there, if I hit it at the right time, it's always backed up, and a lot of people use this resource that we have. And so I was curious if it's just a really challenging thing to navigate, or if this is just now a good time to do it.
Yeah, Mayor, through you, I think it was originally designed and constructed in 2012. And I think part of our growth there has been the compost program, to be quite honest. The amount of green waste we bring in, we take that material for free, and man, on Saturdays they come, they're bringing it. So I think that's one of our things. Back prior to 2012, we weren't doing a whole lot of compost or green waste usage. So I think that's really boosted those numbers, especially for Saturdays when folks are off and they're working in their yards and things.
Thank you. Any further questions? I'm sorry. Vice Mayor.
Thank you. 2 questions for you. Thanks, Director Webb. Is there potential for more communities to utilize the landfill over time, or do you feel like we are kind of set with the number of communities who would access us as a resource?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, I don't know that we've heard from any other communities. We've had some brief discussions with DEQ regarding some stuff from Elk Mountain, but it's not an ongoing thing. They're trying to do a landfill closure there, and there's some waste that they need to remove, and they're looking for an outlet for that. It'd be a one-time slug of waste that would come in, if you would. But I don't know that we have any other communities out there right now that are looking for somewhere to take it. The Rawlins and up in that area, they all head over to Casper. We do take in Saratoga here. And I think we bring in from we take Hannah, Medicine Bow area, Rock River, kind of small amounts of waste. But I can't think of any other community that would be banging down our door.
Thank you.
Great. Then my second question, if that's all right with you, Mayor.
Yes.
I just have a question about the potential for the entrance. In that request, was there a request to look at a second kind of way place so that there's a way station in and a way station out, or is that cost prohibitive?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, that'll be part of the evaluation for sure. JR and I were just talking about that this morning. and if that's warranted or not, but we'll work through that with the engineer, and that will definitely be part of the evaluation.
Great, thanks.
And Counselor O'Doherty.
I'm just wondering if we're going to do a speed study for the 14.75 miles per hour speed limit out there. I love that sign.
Counselor Newman.
Could you clarify something for me? Because the last time we did this, it seemed like it was such a big deal. Because the scope of work technically changed, right? Adding the 2 extra cells, how come a rebid phase hasn't opened up for people to rebid the whole job now?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, this is a request for qualification. So the selection criteria is qualification based only. We didn't even look at the price before the consultant was selected. And then RFQs do allow us to move into negotiations with that consultant, add scope of work, decrease scope of work, and things like that. So totally different process, request for qualifications. This was not bid based.
Thank you for clarifying that.
And thank you for that clarifying question, Counselor Newman. Further questions, Counselor Bowling?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Director. This is more of a procedural question, so I would also defer to the Assistant Clerk and the City Manager. But given the increased scope of work, is it necessary that we amend the motion made to reflect 4A and 4B as they aren't currently in there?
Yeah, Mayor, if I could address that, when I wrote this up, JR drafted it, and when I went through it, we were looking at that. The name of the project in your budget that's been approved is cells 3A and 3B. So what is listed here in your title and in your motion is the name of the project. Okay. I don't think it matters that the scope has changed. Scope of work changes on projects all the time through the process.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for catching that. Further questions? Thank you, Director. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Seeing none, back to council for comments. I just want to say thank you, Director Webb, to you and JD for your proactive approach that since the bid did come in, once you saw the bid and it came in under budget, that you would think toward the future proactively. I appreciate that. Assistant City Clerk, if you can call the roll.
Vigil,
Yes.
Shumway,
Yes.
O'Doherty,
Yes.
Newman,
Yes.
Lockhart,
Yes.
Freed,
Yes.
Bowling,
Yes.
Richardson,
Yes.
and Cumby.
Yes,
That is 9 yeses and 0 nos.
thank you. That motion passes. Next, item 12, Councillor Bowling.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Resolution 2025-96, amendment for the fiscal year 2026 budget, an award of contract with Great Plains Structures LLC for $568,400, and a contingency of $60,000, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign.
Second.
Motion by Bowling, second by Vigil. Director Webb.
Honorable Mayor, the Zone 4 tank is the tank kind of east of town, sits up on the hill there in the Pilot Hill area. You can see it from Grand Avenue down below. Last year, that tank suffered some damage to the roof dome during a windstorm. Our water operators did a fantastic job getting it buttoned up and putting on really a temporary fix. It's held to date. After that occurred, we got an engineer on board to do a structural analysis of the tank. They've looked at the dome and they found some other cracking on the concrete base on the bottom, which we weren't really aware of at the time. So when that damage to the roof occurred, we got this into the budget kind of at the last second last year, and we put $100,000 on it, not knowing what that repair was going to be. We actually thought, it's a couple roof panels. We'll be able to get maybe a local fabricator to work this up. After the engineers looked at it, they said, we really need to get the tank manufacturer out here to look at it. We had an EPA sanitary survey, which is basically our EPA inspection, and they came out and said the same thing. They said, you guys need to get the tank manufacturer to look at this and make sure everything's good. So they were really hard to get out, but we got them out. And a couple months ago, the tank manufacturer came out, and the recommendation from the engineer and the tank manufacturer is to basically replace the roof dome completely. And then we'll do a grout fill on the cracking on the concrete on the bottom through a separate contract. But the big portion is that roof dome. The Zone 4 tank serves the Indian Hills area over up, everything kind of, I guess it'd be east of Indian Hills Drive, and then all the area around Walmart over there, if you will. So pretty big populated area within the city. The guys have a plan to do this. The tank's going to have to come offline for a couple of days when the dome actually goes on. The dome will actually be manufactured off-site and then brought on-site. And so once this is approved, we'll actually get that underway, that construction underway off-site really quick. And then the plan is in May, it'll be ready in May. We've already got them scheduled to come in May. And get that dome taken care of. So the budget amendment that goes along with this is because, like I said, we threw in $100,000 not knowing what we were going to expect. As we went through the process, there's more there, obviously. We did get basically a notice of concern from EPA on this, and so we need to get it taken care of as quickly as possible. So with that, I'll take any questions if you have them.
Thank you, Director.
Yep.
Councilor, questions? Councilor Shumley.
Thank you. Just one quick question. You said it'd be 2 days as you replace the dome. Will there be interruption of service to any of the residents that are served by this water tower?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, there shouldn't be any interruption of service. The guys already have a plan to push water from Zone 1 into Zone 4.
Thank you. Further questions? Oh, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Director Webb, it seems like 20 years is a pretty good lifespan, but I'm just curious if they have changed the materials or if we can expect it to be longer lasting this round, or just expect another 20 years on it and plan for this again in 20 years.
Yeah, Mayor, through you, there is a 20-year warranty on the dome, which will be right at that. Typically, what you see on a tank is 50 years. I mean, I think part of the problem is that tank sits at the top of a hill in a windy area, right? And they have told us that there's a little bit, new, I don't want to say technology, but new construction that they're going to be working on that should stabilize it a little longer.
Further questions? Councilor Freed.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Thanks again, Director Webb. Question about the grout injection to bolster the structural integrity. What is that? So, I mean, are they just, I know what grout is. I understand that part. But, like, what does that look like? If you could, give simple terms for me.
Yeah, Mayor, through you, it's really, I think, what it sounds like, right? They high pressure push grout into the sub-base structure underneath to kind of lift it and seal it, if you will. So the concrete structure that there underneath is cracked and is slightly depressed. And so this will inject the grout underneath, lift, and seal. And my understanding is it's done all over the country. It's pretty popular maintenance item.
Councilor Bowling.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Director. Just to follow up on Councilor Freed's question, do we then anticipate in the near future the need to replace that tank itself?
Mayor, through you, yeah, eventually. I mean, I think, like I said, typically we look at a 50-year life when those tanks go in. I think once we get this work done, and this is my guess really, is we got another 30 years at least out of that tank. If something goes wrong, though, I don't know what to tell you, but we're pretty confident that these two issues are the main issues, right? The roof and then that base and that substructure really isn't causing any issues right now. There's no leaking or anything like that. This is more of a preventative maintenance measure.
Vice Mayor?
Sorry, last question. Would it make sense then to, knowing that it is just in this really windy area, to invest in putting up some sort of a wind block around that tank, if it would save us money in the long run in replacing sooner or something? Has that been looked at all?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, honestly, we haven't looked at that. That tank is, I think it's like 50 feet tall, 40 feet across, and it actually sits on state land. That's not on city-owned property. So that sounds like a tall task.
Sounds like a big, maybe Santa can bring it for Christmas or something.
Councilor Shumway, you had a question?
I did. Thank you, Mayor. Director Webb, I believe we did scuba inspection last year or recently. Was there any indication that there was any structural problems with that tank when we had the inspection?
Yeah, Mayor, through you, they noted on that inspection that there was some cracking in the base, in the concrete base, but there was no leaking or no issues. And there still isn't. There still isn't that leaking or issues. So structurally, that base we don't think is really an issue. Like I said, this is more a preventative maintenance measure to ensure that there is no structural issue in the future.
Councilor O'Doherty?
I'm not real clear then which tank. I thought that this was the tank that's east of Imperial Heights. So it's outside the city. And then I thought the scuba was on the covered reservoir. Do you do scuba up in a water tank?
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Councilor Freed?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Director Webb. Since we only have 2 items, I guess we'll just keep firing them at you.
I told him, I said, it's a short agenda, but because it is, they're going to ask a lot of questions.
We'll keep you up there. Well, just all these questions got me thinking. It's awesome to see us doing preventative maintenance because I'm sure the cost is a lot higher. Do you have a rough ballpark if we were to replace one of those tanks right now with the new tank? I mean, what the cost of that is in 2025 dollars?
Yeah, Mayor, through you is about $3 million. We actually looked at that and we thought, well, shoot, if we're paying this much money, maybe we should get a new tank. And never mind.
An interesting question. Any further? All right. Seeing none, thank you, Director Webb. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay. Seeing none, we will move to public comment on oh yeah, I forget. I'm not used to such a short agenda. And back to council for comments. Councilors, comments? Thank you, Director Webb and your staff for all your work on this. City Clerk, if you can please call the roll.
Freed?
Aye.
Newman?
Yes.
O'Doherty?
Yes.
Bowling?
Yes.
Behill?
Aye.
Shumway?
Yes.
Lockhart?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
And Cumbie.
Aye.
That is 9 yeses and 0 nos, Your Honor.
Thank you. That motion passes. Now we'll move on to public comments on non-agenda items. Okay, seeing none, I'll return to council. Is there consideration for any future council work session topics? Seeing none at this time, Councilor Newman. Oh,
Mayor, sorry, I have one.
yes.
I would love to explore, and it was kind of talked about at one point during that SNAP meetup, but an emergency fund with the city and what that would look like to establish and how it could be utilized potentially.
second that.
Okay, staff, do you need any clarification on that? Okay, no. Thank you. So, thank you, Vice Mayor. I appreciate that. Counselor Newman,
I move we adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.